We are all people on this earth. We are all have the same birthright. We all have the same connectedness with each other. We all actually are of the same blood. And not only do theologians say this, but now geneticists say it, about how we are separated by just such small degrees. That we all come from the same place. An atheist would even have to admit that we are all come from a common ancestor. We are all children of the Most High, as a person who is not an atheist would say. But we all have to admit, secular or religious, that we are all from the same place. We all share a common heritage. Our common heritage is how we work out being better people on this earth. And the mistakes and also the accomplishments that we make while doing it. We share a common heritage. We are bound up. I think of the great poem by Paul Lawrence Dunbar when he refers to the party. There's a poem called The Party, wonderful poem. Everybody has to know about Paul Lawrence Dunbar. He was born a slave, and he was working in a Dayton, Ohio apartment building as an elevator operator. And he used to read his poems to the people who would go up and down on the elevator. And once a man said, "Oh my goodness, you are quite the poet." Now Paul Lawrence Dunbar is known as the premier African-American poet of all time. Paul Lawrence Dunbar wrote a poem called The Party. And the party had to do with a plantation party, a party that the slaves held for 5 plantations. And they all, after work, they all got together and they took all the food that they had cooked, and everybody came. The musicians came, the dancers came, the religious people came, the sinners came, everybody came. And they ate such great food. And it was a wonderful time. And then after they finished eating, he says, and then the fiddler came out so we could dance that meal down. And the fiddler began to play. And he began to swing, to play Swing, Johnny, Swing on his fiddle. And the part that suggests how bound up we are, what a common heritage that we have as human beings. He says, everybody began to dance. And, quote, the sinners and the saints were so mixed up on that floor that I'm sure that God could not have separated them if the trumpets had chanced to blow. That's how bound up we are. That's how much of a shared and common heritage that we have. Our humanity, the sameness of our humanity. We are bound up in the things that break your heart, break my heart. And if they no longer break my heart, it's because I've so covered myself over that I don't allow it to happen anymore. But the same thing that you long for, I long for. The same dreams that you have for your children, I have for my children. The particulars may differ, but we have the same thing. And the same thing that makes us happy. And the same sunrise. We both, how is it that everybody is in agreement on the beauty of a sunrise? How can this be? With so many people, we all agree on something like that? Because this is something that we are all bound up together in. This is the shared heritage that just doesn't begin with the marking of time. Our shared heritage goes beyond time into the eternity.